Michaelanthony openly shares his perspective on his friendship with his former Van Halen bandmate, David Lee Roth. While the bassist insists he holds no ill will towards Roth, he describes him as kind of a crazy guy. Anthony is set to join Sammy Hagar, Joe Satriani, and Jason Bonham on their Best of All Worlds tour in July, where they'll perform songs spanning Van Halen's entire catalog during their North American tour. Years ago, a separate tour was considered to honor the late Eddie Van Halen, with Anthony and Satriani teaming up with Roth and Alex Van Halen, alongside former Metallica bassist Jason Newsted. However, this tour never materialized, and Anthony reveals that he hasn't spoken to Roth since then. Reflecting on both the planned tribute and his current relationship with Roth, Anthony noted, "I haven't spoken with Dave in quite some time. The last time we spoke, we discussed a possible reunion. It's funny because I hadn't heard about Jason Newsted joining. A few years back, I got a call from Alex and Dave through Irving Azoff's office to discuss my thoughts on a reunion or tour with Joe Satriani as guitarist. That's probably the last conversation I had with Dave, maybe a couple of years ago. Dave's a wild guy, and it's hard to fully explain. We don't have enough time to cover it all." Anthony added that while he has no issues with Roth, and he would be open to playing with him if given the chance, he has kept busy with other commitments. Recalling an opportunity a few years ago, he shared, "I even thought of surprising him at his last residency gigs at the House of Blues in Las Vegas, but Sammy and I were booked elsewhere." Reflecting on the upcoming Best of All Worlds tour, Anthony mentioned, "Sammy and I realized that the last Van Halen reunion was 20 years ago. We talked about it and thought, wow, 20 years. Who knows what the future holds? We didn't want to wait any longer. Sammy's no spring chicken, and Ed's passing has hit us all. Alex, I know, is still mourning and doesn't play much these days. So Sammy and I thought, let's bring this music to the fans. This seemed like the best way, just get together and play." Anthony recalled the tension during tours with original vocalist David Lee Roth, noting that there was always drama. He shared a story from one of their Midwest tours, saying, "It got to a point where we all thought Dave might be bipolar. He'd be nice one moment and then suddenly freak out. On a night off during the tour, Anthony was startled by loud noises in the hallway around midnight. When he went to check, he found the security team restraining Roth, who was wearing a straitjacket. Apparently, the security team carried a straitjacket during the tour for situations like this. Roth had been drinking Jack Daniels, which he couldn't handle well, and had been found wandering naked outside the hotel. Anthony explained that incidents like this were a regular occurrence, happening almost every week on tour.